Hi guys, a lot of you have been wondering where the hell I've been and what the hell I'm doing and when I'm going to be back. Well, I can tell you I am back, and I'm going to give you a very quick channel update so that you know when to expect the next videos and stuff and what videos I'm going to be making. And then I'm going to talk to you about, well, for those of you who are interested, I'm going to talk to you about some personal crap that's been going on with me for the last well, it kind of affects the last 3 weeks, but it's been going on for many, many months, and I'll kind of explain that, but that's anyway. So, the channel update is, videos will be back tomorrow, right? And we'll be continuing with Transport Fever. For anybody who didn't catch the last live stream, this is what we were building in the last live stream, which is very cool. I'm not going to talk about this too much. I guess I'll tell you about that when I do the videos. But I have been doing stuff. Look, we've got trees all over the place. I did I went around, did all about it. Stop talking about it, Sky. Go back over here. Behave. Right. So yeah. So Transport Fever will be back tomorrow, and I'm also going to be working on Life is Feudal because the keep is sitting there, and that needs to be finished because it's freaking awesome, and I want to see it when it's completed. And then extend it out to the whole rest of the castle and stuff. So that's going to happen. And also, I am 95% sure that I'm going to start an Ostriv series, which I'm sure a lot of you will like because it's kind of like Banished. It's very Banished-y, but yeah, it does look really good. So we'll do some Ostriv. I gotta say, there's still nothing really staggering come out recently. There's only Ostriv in terms of new games that's come out recently. And I'm kind of waiting for something that really grabs me again, like a Banished or a Life is Feudal or a Transport Fever or something like that to really kind of get me pumped up. But anyway, so there you go. So that's what's happening. So if you're just interested in, oh my God, Sky, when are you going to produce some new videos? Videos will be back tomorrow. Right. With that done, that's the kind of the channel update. I'll now tell you what the hell's been going on over the last 3 weeks, which I would imagine for most of you will probably be yawn fest, but yeah. Now, I guess let me start off by saying, this is not something that I'm kind of comfortable talking about. And I'm just thinking, maybe we'll jump on board one of these trades and we'll have a bit of a train ride so you got something to watch while I'm yabbering on. Okay, so this kind of starts back in May. Now, some of you will remember that back in May, I took a break for about 3 weeks. And I said that I was having a very, very minor surgery. But I didn't kind of go into it. And I'm probably still going to be kind of vague and whatever. Because like I said, this is not something that I'm overly comfortable talking about. I'm not comfortable talking about this to even Regina, Nanny Giggles, and Picture Perfect, and I do want to give a big thank you to both of those guys who've been kind of really supporting me. So anyway, I had this procedure which involved putting 4 titanium pins into my jaw, right? And this is to address something. I've had this. It's a genetic thing. I've had it. I've been dealing with this my whole life, right? And so, yeah, I decided eventually. I wanted to get something done about this for a very, very long time, and this is just one element of something that's been going on. And I've been having frickin' procedures and got my whole frickin' life since I was about 5 or 6 years old. So anyway, about what it was May, so it's 5-6 months ago. They put in these 4 steel pins in my jaw, which took about 3 hours and was one of the most frickin' painful things that I've ever endured. Oh my god, it hurt like a son of a bitch. And it hurt for a son of a bitch, like for the next couple of weeks. I was on like painkillers and stuff. It was a pretty uncomfortable process. And like for at least like a week and a half, I couldn't even talk properly, which is like the like ostensibly the main reason that I wasn't making videos, because I couldn't talk properly. So anyway, 3 weeks ago, literally 3 weeks ago today, on the Tuesday, I went back to see how it had all worked out, because the pins have to bond with the bone and blah 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 blah. Anyway, so and like they actually, I'm not going to go into the details because it's kind of, but yeah. Anyway, so I was kind of in a pretty good place, you know, like that this was finally going to get sorted out and blah 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 blah. And then when they checked it out, right, one of the pins had not bonded properly, which is kind of a major problem because it actually needs all 4 pins to bond properly and whatever. And again, it hurt like a son of a bitch because they have to remove it, and I like wasn't expecting the whole thing, and yeah, it was kind of uncomfortable and whatever. And I had the whole thing where I couldn't talk properly again for like about a week anyway. But to be honest, even if I had been able to talk properly, it kind of sent me to like a really, really, really bad place. So yeah. By the way, I'm looking at this. I'm getting distracted by the planes and stuff. Look, oh, the tram. Yeah. You can see I'm not kind of like overly comfortable talking about this stuff. So anyway, yeah, I was in a really bad place, and because this is something that I've been wanting to like sort this out, and I've been dealing with this like my whole freaking life, and I thought everything was going to be cool, and then the fact that this pin didn't work kind of screwed everything up. And they were like, well, we could redo it, but it's probably not gonna work, and we're not really sure what to do now. And yeah, and it was all looking like pretty bad news, and a huge big black cloud descended on the whole thing, and it was like not good. And they wanted to have a think about it, and they were like, well, you think about it and think what you want to do, and blah blah blah, like we could try again, but it's like it's not looking good, and blah blah blah. So anyway, so I went away and was like not very happy for a couple of weeks, and then I went back again last Tuesday to see them again. And they were like, well, there are some things that we could potentially try. One thing that like would really help is maximizing blood flow, and there are various ways that we can do that. You know, like exercise and using cold. This is something. I don't know if you've ever seen this or whatever, but they sometimes use cold on like sports injuries. They actually put people in like freezers, like really, really cold, like -20, -30 degrees to stimulate blood flow. Because obviously when you get cold, the heart pumps more blood to like keep you warm and whatever, and stuff like that. But one thing that they were like absolutely adamant about was you gotta stop smoking, because that reduces blood flow as well. And like I have been smoking like pretty much my whole life. I started smoking when I was like 15, and it's kind of my one vice, right? I don't really drink at all now, and I've never been like a big drinker or anything, and I don't do drugs or anything like that. Like my one vice was always smoking, and I really like smoking. And it like that's the kind of my go-to thing when I'm stressed and stuff. So like when I'm trying to deal with something which is like incredibly stressful, I'm not happy and all the rest of it, and then you've got to give up smoking as well. It was like like, and the other thing, like, first of all, it would suck, and secondly, like, I don't even know if I could do it, right? I was like, give up smoking, like, oh man, I've tried like many times to give up smoking, and it doesn't. It's like just not going to happen. So anyway, I talked to somebody there who had quit smoking and switched to vaping. What's going on here? What is this? Oh, yeah, keep going. I guess that must have been month end or something. Should we switch to another? I tell you what. Should we have a plane ride? Because I'm kind of rattling on a bit. Oh, it was year end. That's why. That's why there was that little pause. So let's go and jump on a plane. Which plane should we ride? Let's let's go and jump on one over here in this valley because these are kind of cool. So yeah, I started talking to this woman who'd given up smoking by switching to vaping, and I'd always thought, yeah, like, nah, that's not gonna. I'd never ever tried vaping or whatever, but they were like, yeah. She was like, yeah, you should really give it a try. So, and this was like Tuesday afternoon, last Tuesday, so like 7 days ago. So I took myself down to my local town centre and went to a vape shop, and I thought, I'll try it out. So I got myself set up with a kit and tried some different stuff and tried some flavours and all that kind of stuff, and took it home and tried it out. And while it was like, let's follow this guy. And while it was kind of like okay, and it did like remove a lot of the craving and stuff and whatever, it wasn't quite perfect. And like that first, like the end of the first day, so this was because I quit on like Tuesday night. I said, well, okay, that's it, no more cigarettes. And then on the Wednesday, I got like the whole way through the day, and then right at the end of the day, I was like, this isn't giving me like kind of the nicotine hit that I want, because I'm actually using like quite a low nicotine strength. As a heavy smoker, when you switch to vaping, the different strengths for those of you who don't know anything about vaping, there are strengths which range from 0, 3 milligram, 6 milligram, 12 milligram, 18 milligram, and for like a heavy smoker you would expect to be on like at least 12, probably 18 milligram, and I was only using 6 milligram, right, which is was probably kind of maybe not the best decision or whatever. So anyway, the next day I went back down to the town, and I was looking for something else. I was using an Inikin T20 vape stick and vape pen, and it just kind of wasn't giving me the hit that I wanted to kind of, because when you're trying to quit smoking, people that don't smoke kind of can't get this. People who have smoked or do smoke will kind of like totally understand this. There are several elements to smoking. One is like the hit that you get, like when you actually inhale. You either get, some people like a throat hit or a lung hit or like whatever, but there's a certain thing that gives you kind of that satisfaction. And then there's the nicotine, which takes away the nicotine craving, and then there's the habitual component, right, of just the habit of opening a pack of cigarettes, taking out a cigarette, lighting it, and having it in your hand, right, and you've kind of got to conquer all of these things. So anyway, I went back and got a different smoke stick and different flavour, and I tried a 12 milligram as well, which actually I tried a 12 milligram and it kind of just didn't do it for me. So I've actually ended up sticking to the 6 milligram. But I got a Smock Stick V8 with a big Baby Beast tank. People that vape will know what I'm talking about. Other people will be like, "What the hell are you on about?" And that gave me pretty much what I wanted. Enough that I just didn't. I didn't need the cigarettes. I could cope with just with the vaping. So anyway, that was like last Wednesday. Now I will point out, I had that one cigarette, and the next day before I could go out and actually like get another smoke stick and whatever and try other stuff, I had another one, and I hated them. They were disgusting. I didn't like anything about it at all, right? And normally when you quit smoking, like after a week, you'll still be saying, I'm trying to stop smoking. You know, I'm trying to quit. Because you still want to smoke. Right, I can say quite equivocally, I have quit smoking, right? There is no freaking way on God's earth I would ever go back to cigarettes. They're horrible. I now cannot stand like the smell of them or the taste of them or anything to do with them. The vaping has just like completely replaced that. And I'm really enjoying like the different flavors and stuff that you can get. Like at the moment I'm on like I'm primarily like on two flavors. Like there's a strawberry flavor and then apple and blackcurrant, which is like really cool. So yeah, I have quit cigarettes, like totally, completely. There is no freaking way I would go back. Now, I will say the vaping experience that I've got right now, it's getting me through it, but I have to say, I definitely want to refine it. I'm not sure that the equipment and whatever that I've got now is giving me like exactly what I want. So that's something that I'm going to like carry on with. And I to the point where, you know, I've even thought about doing like some kind of videos on this process, because this is something that could definitely help like a lot of people. And it's amazing how much there is to learn about the whole vaping thing. It's not like cigarettes. It's just like you get a pack of cigarettes, you light one, and that's it. And that's what a cigarette is. But vaping is like way more complicated. There are all kinds of different devices and that work in different ways, that do different things and stuff. Yeah, there's just like so much to it. So I've been learning a whole bunch about it. So where has that left me? Well, I actually spoke to my guy yesterday and told him how I was getting on, and he was really encouraged, and they've been thinking about it more, and they are like pretty optimistic that if we do all the stuff that we've been talking about doing, and I definitely stay off the cigarettes, which I definitely am, that's like a no-brainer, this can actually work. So I got to go back in like 3 weeks. 3 weeks today. Got to go back and more x-rays and seeing what the current situation is and assessing it and all that kind of stuff. But when I talked to the guy yesterday, he was like really upbeat and optimistic about it. So that's kind of translated to me. So I'm in a much better place than I was like a week ago. So I go back in like 3 weeks, and then x-rays and stuff, and then probably a couple of weeks after that or whatever, I'll have that fourth pin redone, which I gotta say, not looking forward to, and I'm guessing that will mean that I'll be off the air for at least a few days while I'm getting over that. But after that, then I've just got to go through another 4 or 5 months of waiting to see if that thing's going to bond and whatever, and then they'll do the final bits and pieces that they need to do. So there you go. So that is all my personal crap laid out on the table. I hope you guys kind of understand that, like, these couple of breaks that I've taken this year have not been because like I wanted to, and I certainly haven't been like lying on a freaking beach somewhere like I wish I had been. These are kind of enforced things that I've just kind of had to deal with, and hopefully won't have to deal with for very much longer. Right, anything else that I kind of want to tell you guys? I think that's pretty much it. Like, as far as mood and whatever, I'm much more optimistic. I'm like kind of back to normal and my usual kind of happy bouncy self. So yeah, and like just like this is the first time that I've logged into this for like kind of ages, and I'm already like looking at stuff and thinking, oh, I need to do that. Oh, I need to do that. So yeah, I would imagine that when I start doing the first episode, I'll be like straight back into it. I seriously, I'm already looking at stuff and going, yeah, I need to do that. Yeah, so I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure there was one other thing that I wanted to kind of tell you, and I can't remember what it was. So yeah, I guess we'll kind of leave it there. So yeah, I just wanted to say like a massive thank you to all of the people who've kind of like stuck by me and been sending me emails and messages of support and all the rest of it, and it, like all of my patrons who've stuck around with me being like completely silent for 3 weeks. It's not that I want to be, that I don't want to tell you guys like what's going on and all the rest of it. It's just, it's very difficult. It is very difficult. It's like I said, this is not something that I find easy to talk about, as you've probably realised. So, yeah. So, thanks for putting up with me. A massive thank you to all my patrons and everything who've stuck by me. To all my supporters, all the messages of support, everything. I really do appreciate it, guys. And normal service will be resumed tomorrow. So, look forward to that. We'll be back. We'll do some Transport Fever. Try and do some cool stuff. Get some. Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it already. I haven't even started, and I'm loving it already. All right, guys. Yeah, we'll leave it there. I will catch you tomorrow. Look forward to it. Peace out.